was in Mrs. Taylor's class. And it was actually a lot of fun to like sit down and talk with them because they finished each other's sentences, they corrected each other, they talked for each other, answered for each other. So while I tried to like keep things up, this is really like a combination answer because they interwove so much as we talked. Like for example, asked them what their favorite thing was about Howard, and Phoenix started off by saying everything, and she listed lunch and recess and math. And Marlon said PE and reading, and Phoenix stopped him and said, "I thought you didn't like reading," and then looked at me and said, "Just put everything." Some of their favorite memories at Howard, they talked about the behavior bashes we go on, and we have one next week, and we're going to the movies, but they weren't sure what we were seeing, and they told me they would pinky promise not to tell anyone if I told them, so I told them, but I can't tell you guys. When they grow up, Phoenix wants to be a gymnastics teacher or a principal, and Marlon wants to be a race car driver, so he has over 100 toy cars. I asked if they could change anything about Howard, what would they change? And Phoenix said she really liked school. But Marlon said he would get better pizza for lunch. Phoenix then said, "I thought you liked the pizza." And he was like, "Well, maybe some lunches could get better." So they answered for each other. It was great. If they could be principal for a day, what would they do? And Phoenix said, "I'd do what you do. I'd check on people and make sure they're doing good, give lots of fist bumps and hugs, make sure kids are listening to their teachers." Did I get it all? Marlon said, "Just put that for me too." But these two kiddos are like so loved not just by their teachers, but the entire school. And so when everyone found out they were nominated for Student of the Month, I had other staff members say and send things to me about them as well. So I'm going to read some of those. The twins are so loving and joyful and kind to those around them. They were an absolute joy to have in kindergarten. They always greet me with a smile and a hug. I'm so grateful to have been their teacher. They work so hard and have grown so much. I'm so proud of those kiddos. Marlon and Phoenix always seem so kind and respectful to others. They both work hard at any given task. Marlon often stops and gives me a hug and tells me to have a good day. They're both a bright spot in our day. So at the very end, I asked why they thought they were picked for Student of the Month. And Phoenix said, because she's good at gymnastics. Marlon said he can't do that because he'd break his back. But I'm going to let them talk a little more about why you're student. Okay?
Well, it's my honor to present Phoenix Yoder and Marlon Yoder as Student of the Month. They come to you as a package not only because they're deserving of this award, but because they always come as a package. They are marvelous twins. They arrive every day at school, smiles on their faces, and huge, abundant hugs every day. I look forward to it. They're both hard workers. If something gets tough, they just get tougher because they just keep on striving to get it. They're both good friends to everyone, and they're compassionate towards others. And I just feel like totally honored that they're in my class this year. Oh, and this is my student teacher, Ms. Paget. She wanted to say a few words as well.
So I've not been the student teacher for all too long, and I won't be for very much longer, but these two are some kids that I definitely will never forget. I absolutely love and adore them. They are the hardest working, most dedicated children I've ever had the chance to work with. I've worked in several schools, and it's just amazing to get to work with them. They're both so dedicated to what they're doing. They may struggle sometimes, but they are always consistently the most passionate about learning in my classroom and Miss Taylor's classroom, and we just absolutely adore watching them. Even if it's struggling, they are constantly making sure that they're going at it and trying their hardest until they get it right. Both of them are super honorable. I don't know how many times they found something in the classroom and bring it up to me, and they're like, "Someone lost this," and it's something that they could have had themselves, and they could have kept it, but they brought it to me anyways to make sure it got back to the right owner. They're both very respectful. Both the brightest spots in the room. They, like Miss Taylor said, and as Mr. Nelson said, they always come up and give you hugs, and they always enter a classroom with a smile, and make sure you leave the classroom with a smile too. They're always telling me kind things and telling each other kind things into their classmates as well. They are constantly making sure that everyone is okay and making sure that everyone is having a good time. If someone's not having anyone playing with them at recess, I notice that they actually go over there and sure the person next to them get it as well. And they're always just some of the best people that I get to talk to in the morning and in the evening and throughout the whole day. If I have someone that I need to know that they're getting it, I've got Phoenix over here. Perfectly fine, it's fine. I've got Phoenix over here, and she's telling me, she's like, I've got my window shield wiper open, and she's smiling biggest and bright. And same with Marlon, he's just giving me the biggest smile. I get it, Miss Patchett, we can move on.